it's Tiffany from I Heart All Things, and I have a fun mini tag book tutorial to share with you today. This is my Armor of a God mini tag book that you might have seen on my Instagram channel, so I'm just going to walk you through how I assembled it. So to begin, you do need to cut out some pieces of pattern paper or cardstock. First, you'll need 10 1" by 2 3/4" pieces of paper. I'll make sure to put the dimensions up after this little shot here. Then you'll need for the inside covers 2 3 3/8" by 3 1/8". For your outside covers, you need 4 3.5" by 3 1/4". And then for this band, you need 8" by 3 1/4". And don't forget to cut out all 18 of your tags. You'll also need some adhesives in your arsenal. You can use score tape or red line tape. My preference is something that's super tacky and dries quick, like Fabri-Tac. This stuff is amazing and it doesn't fall apart. Or you can use any sort of glue runner as long as it's dependable and reliable. The first thing we're going to do is take the 10 1" by 2 3/4" pieces of paper and a score pal or a score buddy and just line it up in the center, and you want to create an 1/8 of an inch gutter right down the center. You do not have to make it exactly down the center. We just want to make sure that there's a tab on the left and that there's a tab on the right, because that's what our tags will be adhered to, are those tabs on the left and the right of each gutter. Alright, so we can start putting these pages together, but before we start, make sure that your tags are in order. This is how I have my book. I started with that girl in her armor, and then you can see I just went through each of the pieces of armor, ending with "This is how I fight my battles." Also, make sure if you're going to do any sort of stitching or anything on the outsides that you get that done first before we get started. Go ahead and set aside your first and last pages of your tag book, and now we can go ahead and get started. Take your adhesive of choice, and you're going to take one of your gutters with the pattern paper side on the inside and add glue to the left tab. Now you can go ahead and place your tag right there on top. Sorry, I'm off camera for this. I was just making sure everything was flush, because you do want to make sure it's flush with the bottom as well as that inside score line. That way the tag is completely in line, that right bottom edge is in line with the tab. And so now you're going to take more adhesive on the outside of the right tab and adhere the second tab right on top. Again, I apologize, I'm off camera for this portion, making sure that everything is flush. Because basically you want to make sure they're flush not only on the flat scored sides, but also on the tops and bottoms of those tabs. And now you can add the second page. So take your adhesive, put a thin line on the inside of that right tab, and then add your tag. It is a slow and steady process. But now you have the one tag pocket forming. So go ahead and add your adhesive just on the sides and bottom of the tag. We don't want to put anything on the top or in the middle, or you won't have a pretty pocket for your little mini tags that you're going to put inside, or whatever you want to put inside. So go ahead and take a third tag and pretty side out, go ahead and glue that right on top. Try not to move it around too much. We don't want to spread that glue towards the center. Now just go ahead and repeat with the other pages. So you can see that all of those scored gutters line up and that the bottoms of my tags are all flush together, and all I need to do is add that last page and the covers. Alright, so I'm just going to add some glue on the inside left tab and create another tag pocket with my last page, making sure everything lines up. And now I can go to the front and again make another tab gutter by adhering 2 tabs together, making sure they're lined up. And then on the right inside of the tab and the outside of the other tag, I can create another pocket. And there you go. Go ahead and round the corners of your inside and outside covers. You want to round all 4 corners of the band, and you only need to do the outside edges of the covers because you really don't need the corners rounded where the spine of the book is. And now we're going to adhere the inside covers just like we did our tags, a thin strip of glue or adhesive, and then make sure that the bottom edge is completely flush and that your rounded corners are on the right, facing the right side. And I'm going to repeat that here with the front. And now, using this band as a guide, I'm going to add glue to the back side of each of those covers. And then I'm going to use the rounded corners as a guide. I want it completely flush with each edge of this band. This band is what keeps the book from just splaying apart freely. So make sure you put lots of glue on the back side of those covers. Now you can start adhering your covers, and I doubled up my pattern paper because I wanted it to be strong. So figure out what is the front and what is the back, and then just go ahead and use what's already there for the front cover as a guide. I'm just going to add a thin strip on the perimeter and on the inside, and then I'm going to leave about 1/8 of an inch outside so that the pink paper is right in the center of the blue. And then repeat that process with the back side. Again, I doubled up the covers just for some strength and integrity for the book. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it. And there you go. Perfect. So you can see that fun binding. Now all you have to do is add your personal touches. So you can add your mini tags, you can add things on the inside, on the cover. Have fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.